Thank you very much, Olive, and my fellow panelists. I'll first of all talk about the Women Collective, and then I'll dwell on the issue of the urban context. When women come together, there's a lot of power. I have seen it practically, and like Jennifer has mentioned, there's a lot of power in collective action for women. And this is what we are recommending across the board, because women tend to look out for each other. And that becomes a safe space where they're able to share very intimate things that are affecting their household, including food, issues of water. They're able to look out for where can we get water and clean water. And then it's an added advantage when women also pull some funds together. The 50 shillings they're able to save, the 10 shillings they're able to save, so they support each other when it comes to emergencies. Now, climate change has pushed us back in such a way that where women were saving to do businesses, now that money turns into emergency fund to support families that are in a crisis. Let's say somebody has been taken to hospital because they're unwell, or they're not even able to access a health facility because they are too unwell. So that women collective action and the little funds that they have, they're able to support each other and support that mother. A child is comes back home without food or lacks school fees. The immediate action from the mother will be, let me borrow that money that I have to be able to support the child, before she even communicates to the husband or the spouse or any other member of the family that my child needs this and this. She has already taken action. So basically, the social aspects improves in terms of psychosocial supports. And that's why we're also asking mental health practitioners, could you tap into this approach to enable a psychosocial support for women in their spaces where they are able to express themselves. Gender experts like ourselves, gender practitioners like ourselves, to be able to tap into those spaces, to be able to share information, to be able to identify critical vulnerabilities and how they can be assisted. And that's how you also get to learn how men are being affected, because the spaces of men are limited where they meet. And that's, I really like the approach of the man cave, though it's also limited to the upper class.
Oh, let me just tell you, people here will be thrilled that you mentioned that man cave.
It's a safe space for the men. They also need to talk. For the women, we will come checking on each other. If somebody, and that's why there's another study that I'm also conducting for APN, African Philanthropy Network, and Kenya Community Development, Kenya Community, KCDF. And they are looking at women philanthropy. And we're seeing as women in those spaces where women are, they give. Salt is philanthropy. Another woman didn't have salt, and they came borrowed, and they were given. In the same collective of women, they're able to assist each other on so many dimensions that, if documented, and that is what we're trying to do, it will speak volumes in terms of socioeconomic and political contribution of women. It is those same collectives. Look at National Women's Steering Committee and the push that is had through the leadership of Daisy Mdani and the rest of the teams. And we'll see even tomorrow's forum, that it has given a push for political representation of women and the rights and spaces of women. That push has been going on. So the women collective is so powerful that from a social perspective, it propels women to an economic component where they start speaking to each other and supporting each other, and the political spaces also, where women are able to participate and they have a voice, and they have the power to make decisions in their different spaces. So yes, it is very powerful. Secondly, in terms of the effects of climate change in the urban setting, it is very severe. We are currently having sex for water. It is a reality where in our urban slums and the middle income households, where women have to pay because they don't have money, and the productive levels have reduced because there's no work. And studies have shown, and the studies that we have been conducting post-COVID have shown that this year, with Vegetable Alliance, we've done an intensive study in Kajiado, both in the urban and rural setting, to look at the burden of care on women in terms of unpaid care work. Unpaid care work means those roles, domestic roles that we do that are never accounted for and nobody pays us to do them. So if there's no water coming through our taps, if you have to walk for long distances because you do not have enough money to buy food in your small market, and you have to walk for a long distance to go and look for for things that for a market where you can get things at a cheaper price, it means that the time that you spend working is less, and the time that you spend doing more domestic work and caring for our children, the elderly and the sick, who are mostly taken care of by women, becomes more. So there's no money in the pockets, and you have to take care of this household. So most women and girls are giving out their bodies. And it's very unfortunate because most women are condoning this, even for their own little daughters, to go have sex so that they can bring some food and water on the table. So it is a crisis. We are sitting on a time bomb.
That is
even in the urban
very
settings.
disturbing.
Yes. And so unfortunately now, the studies have also shown, not only in Nairobi, not only in Kajiado where they did study, where we did the study that I have mentioned, but also with contrast in Nyandara where we did a similar study, we found out that the urban women were telling us, I have to take my child to get a long-term family planning method so that, and ensure that she carries a condom in her pocket so that she does not get HIV and she does not get pregnant, but to get food on the table, food and water on the table. So it is a crisis. We're sitting on a time bomb.
That is very, very, very